Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys that we definitely want to get into. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So let me get into this topic here. As y'all know, man, I think the second round of the playoffs is becoming pretty interesting. I also think this is a thought I've been having that I want to share with you guys. I think the healthiest team may end up winning it all, right? This is like a game of attrition. This is like a game of attrition. Like, who's going to stay the healthiest? I think that health seems like it's going to play a really big role in these playoffs. I mean, Joel Embiid out. It's just crazy. Now Chris Paul just went down. But anyway, that's just one of the thoughts I want to share with you guys. But as y'all know, we're in the Western Conference semifinals or the semifinals in the playoffs, and we got some pretty interesting series out there. You saw James Harden yesterday with the 45-piece, hitting some clutch shots in Boston to steal Game 1 without Joel Embiid. That was a hell of a performance, retro performance on James Harden's part, and something you don't really see much from James Harden in the playoffs because he has a history of, just kind of fading out during playoffs. So shout out to James Harden for that performance there. But there was another series taking place in the Western Conference between the Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns. Now, as someone that followed the Phoenix Suns pretty closely in round one as they were playing the Clippers, I noticed something quite obvious about that team, which is they were very top heavy, right? They were very top heavy. They were very reliant upon their three stars in Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker. And I saw some problem areas for that team. Some people say, but what are you talking about? Well, it's quite simple. If you need to play your stars 40+ minutes a game to beat a Clippers team without Kawhi Leonard, without Paul George, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. That's the first thing. The second thing that problem exhibited was that it showed that the Phoenix Suns did not have any depth whatsoever. Whenever the Clippers came into the game, the bench would just really ramp it up a notch. And that's the reason why the Phoenix Suns were forced to play their stars so many minutes. And to give credit where it's due, Nick Wright said he doesn't see how this can be a recipe for success when your only kind of go-to option is, well, let's just play KD, Devin Booker, and these guys 1,000 minutes a game, and then therefore somehow we're going to end up winning these games. After a while, it's going to take a toll. And what happens when these guys are not making their shots? You then find yourself in a problem. And that's when you need other players to step up. And it seems like it's something that the Phoenix Suns do not have, because if KD has a bad night, for example, it puts so much pressure on the other guys to step up. And when you have a player like Chris Paul that goes out of the game, then the problem gets exacerbated, and then you find yourself in all type of issues. Now, one of the people that's been very big on Nikola Jokic all season long has been Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe has been trumpeting, really promoting Nikola Jokic all season, and he thinks he's been the real deal. And I think yesterday, let me just get this right because I want to make sure. I think he had, 36 or 39 points and 16 rebounds. It was just it was a gaudy performance by a player that I think is beginning to shut up a lot of people that were questioning whether or not he should win 3 regular season MVPs. I'll get to his numbers in a moment. But what we want to do is want to play exactly what Shannon Sharpe had to say about this series after the Phoenix Suns went down 0-2. And then we'll come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to that.
Yo, Skip, I asked you yesterday. I said, Skip, you think he's going to be as inefficient as he was Sunday? Is he going to be Saturday? Is he going to be that way on Monday night? I said, he's more than capable of giving you a 40-20 ball game, especially with who on the court. Big for no reason. Skip, he gave you 39 and 16. Skip, I need you to explain it. I want you to explain it to me. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Skip, I was 7 years old, and you're trying to explain something to me. I need you to break it down in the simplest and most general terms. Yeah. Why the hell does Monty Williams keep putting DeAndre Ayton on Yoke with no help? Didn't he lose an NBA Finals by doing this? DeAndre Ayton, you got Giannis, man on man. So you want this man to keep doing layup after layup after float after float after layup after spin? How many times must this man do this to you? Say, hey, let's come with a double. On a night Jamal Murray was 3 of 15, gave you 10 points, and he got like 4 or 6 of those, Skip, in the fourth quarter. And you lose by 10. Look, I don't expect KD to be a 10 of 27 again. Book is Book. Book gave you 35. I expect Book to give you 35. I expect KD and Book to give you somewhere between 55 and 70 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, what about the other guys? Skip, look at your bench. What your bench give you?
Mm-hmm.
See, if they starters, now that Chris Paul is out, you're going to deplete your bench even more because now Payne got to go into the starting lineup. You get nothing from your bench. So your starter's going to have to do all the heavy lifting. KCP had a short last night. He's perfect from the three-point line. You get Aaron Gordon gave you 16. Michael Porter Jr. didn't play well at all. But you got KCP gave you what he gave you, and Bruce Brown. Skip, I just love Bruce Brown's effort. He going to scrap. He going to give you everything he got. But the reason they won this game was Nikola Jokic. He's a two-time MVP for a reason. He's going to finish runner-up to Joel Embiid this season for the MVP for a reason. He's that good. All the things that you say, he ain't got no athleticism, Skip. He can't out-jump Ernestine. He can't do anything. But all I know he can
do. By the way, Ernestine can leap.
Well, she can probably out-leap.
She can leap.
She probably can out-leap Yoke.
Yeah.
But Skip, he just does it on a nightly basis. 17 or 30? Skip, that's the most shots he's taken all year. He's the first player with a 35-15-5 two playoff games since Yoke did it last year. Oh, that's him. Wow. 5 assists, 2 steals. What can he do?
Tell me when it's my turn. I'm waiting very patiently over here. Very patiently. Because I'm about to unleash.
So you heard what Shannon Sharpe had to say there. Now, as I was saying yesterday, Nikola Jokic in that game, in a game where Jamal Murray wasn't himself, he only finished that game with 10 points. He scored 39 points with 5 assists and 16 rebounds. At a certain point, I think if we're not careful, Nikola Jokic is going to make a lot of people out there look stupid because I'm going to keep it real. A lot of cats were going at Nikola Jokic. They were like, why is he getting all of this? Why is he getting all that? And I can understand the point that they were making, which was, this guy has to prove it in the playoffs. So far, this dude is looking like a monster. So far, he is looking like he's out there looking like the boogeyman. And to me, if I'm looking at this series, I'm starting to believe that Denver can possibly win this series. I'm starting to lead towards that direction. Number one, they do have an MVP. Number two, they have a system. Number three, they have a lot of role players. They can hit shots. Number four, you have a matchup that the Phoenix Suns simply cannot answer, which is Nikola Jokic. Did you hear what Shannon Sharpe said at the beginning of that audio about DeAndre Ayton? And he kept on questioning, why does the Phoenix Suns head coach continue to show Nikola Jokic single coverage? That was the same thing that he did last year. The year before that, when the Milwaukee Bucks won the finals, and he put single coverage. He put DeAndre Ayton on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it was barbecue chicken. And he's sitting there asking, why would you repeat the same mistake? Well, why did Mike Budenholzer do exactly what he always does and calls himself a series? To me, I think Shannon Sharpe made a lot of good points in this particular show today when he was kind of breaking down this series. I think he made a lot of good points, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Denver Nuggets win, to be honest with you, because I think they're a really complete team. And obviously now Chris Paul just went down with a groin injury at his advanced age. I believe he's 38 years old, if I'm not mistaken. So it looks like the better team ultimately end up winning this series. Now, obviously, it's not over. There's still more games to play. But the Denver Nuggets look really, really good, and Nikola Jokic looks unstoppable. And it looks like if Nikola Jokic is able to make a very good run this year, like probably get to the NBA Finals or something like that, he is going to put a lot of respect on his name, because a lot of people were doubting him because he hadn't proven it in the postseason. So these are my thoughts. What I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about Shannon Sharpe's analysis? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you on the next show.